Tank Loma Devin. Tank Loma Devin. Tank Loma Devin.
Ryan, come on, my friend. Devin Haney, number 3. Undisputed, number 3. 1, 2, 3. Haters. Ryan hater. What up, Demon? Mi gente, ¿qué lo que? You already know this is Punch, Drunk, Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Garcia, supposed to be fighting Javier Fortuna July 16th. Yesterday had a press conference and does not acknowledge the new undisputed lightweight champion, Devin the Dream Haney, as the number 1 lightweight of the world. He considers number 1, Tank Davis, number 2, Lomachenko, and number 3, Devin Haney. Snubbing him. That's a snub. I believe so. You know, ladies and gentlemen, you always say in the channel, especially this channel, that legacy reigns supreme. We want these fighters to go out there, create a great legacy, you know, so they can leave behind. You know what I'm saying? Get the money, you know, get your money. But get your legacy. Get your legacy in order. Create a legacy. Establish a legacy. A historic legacy. And at 23 years old, Devin Haney accomplished something great. Something great. Whether you're a fan, whether you're not, in the end of the day, if you're a fan of boxing, you are a fan of what Devin Haney has done and have achieved. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Garcia, same age as Devin Haney, came up together. Could have gone the same route that Devin Haney took. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that if George Kambosos would have picked somebody, let's say Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, I think that he would have picked Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was available to take that fight, but Ryan Garcia did not want that fight. Matter of fact, he could have taken care of Devin Haney way before when he beat Luke Campbell, and then he was the interim WBC title holder, the mandatory to Devin the Dream Haney. They didn't take the fight. Matter of fact, Ryan Garcia wanted Gervonta Tank Davis and felt like that's the man to beat. But yeah, around that time, what would you be accomplishing? What would you be accomplishing? I understand that around that time, Devin the Dream Haney and the WBC had, you already know how the WBC effed up the lightweight division. You know what I'm saying? And thankfully that George Kambosos and Devin Haney cleared all that shit up. But Ryan Garcia had the opportunity to get the same thing that Devin Haney got. But he didn't want it. He wanted Gervonta Tank Davis, in which if he fights Gervonta Tank Davis, he's really not earning anything. What you want, a JV belt, a junior varsity belt, the WBA regular title? That's what you're gunning for. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Gervonta Tank Davis is special. And to be honest, Ryan Garcia is not the only one that think like this. And this is why right after the Devin Haney victory, you know, people was questioning whether he's going to be pound for pound of the pound for pound list. People was trying to, you know, snub him and say that, oh, this was one of the weakest undisputed run and things of that nature. A lot of people didn't respect George Kambosos because people didn't have George Kambosos in the pound for pound list. George Kambosos was actually the underdog. There's people out there that do feel that Gervonta Tank Davis and Lomachenko, you can flip it around. Some people still believe that Lomachenko is the number 1 lightweight. Then comes Gervonta Tank Davis, and then comes Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia is not the only one that think like that. Me, personally, I got Devin Haney number 1. Number 1, legacy reigns supreme. But there's people out there, I see it in the community, I see it in the boxing community, I see it in Twitter, I see it in social media, I see it in YouTube, I see it Instagram. People still consider, I mean, there's a lot of people that consider Devin Haney number 1, of course, and give him that you know, give him his just due. But there's people out there that consider Gervonta Tank Davis and Lomachenko to be the 1 and 2. What does Devin Haney got to do to get the number 1 spot, certified number 1 with everybody, all hands on deck that Devin Haney is number 1? When you're undisputed, is there unfinished business? I mean, you got all the strap. Is there unfinished business? Like I understand, let's say Canelo Alvarez in the 168-pound division where people want him to fight David Benavidez because we understand that David Benavidez was the WBC champion and he lost it. Nobody beat him. And people thought that he was the best, that he could beat Callum Smith, he was better than Caleb Plant, that he was better than Billy Joe Saunders. So people felt like, nah, Canelo Alvarez got unfinished business at 168, he got to fight David Benavidez. All these guys had the opportunity to get Devin Haney what Devin Haney has earned. Gervonta Tank Davis was the first to should have had the opportunity. His team didn't take it. Teofimo Lopez was not supposed to be fighting Lomachenko first. Gervonta Tank Davis was supposed to be fighting Lomachenko first. And that didn't happen. Teofimo Lopez took care of Lomachenko. George Kambosos, victorious versus Lomachenko. And in that span, when Kambosos said, yo, I'm going to look out, I'm going to scout, Ryan Garcia was nowhere to be found. We cannot snub the pursuit of greatness. The pursuit of accomplishing greatness. Now there's going to be people, again, there's people out there that be like, well, George Kambosos ain't enough, ain't the one. He was never in my top 5, top 4, and things, blah, 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 blah. Look, they're young enough. Devin Haney is young. Ryan Garcia, they fought in the amateurs. They're young enough to actually, to still enhance their legacy. Only 23 years old. They got a lot to give. But Devin Haney's already got a huge head start in the ring and as a businessman in the sport of boxing. Teofimo Lopez had a head start. Shakur Stevenson already on the pound-for-pound list as well. Gervonta Tank Davis supposed to be the senior. Lomachenko, I think he's certified Hall of Fame already, even just by what he did in the amateur circuit. Look, all these fights are good. But do you agree on the snub? Do you agree in Ryan Garcia's top 5? I know there's people out there that do agree and there's people out there that disagree. Who is your top lightweight? Maybe is that Devin Haney have accomplished the best, you know what I'm saying? He accomplished the undisputed in the lightweight division. Maybe if you strip all the belts, he'll be the third best, second best. I don't know. Yet, at the end of the day, we stress these fighters to pursue greatness, to go after the belts, Fans can't contradict themselves. And I see it in the sport of boxing. When I talk about, Demetrius Andrade should get Triple G, and people be like, oh, yo, but he's boring, you know what I'm saying? Like if he a champion don't mean nothing. Well, he can't sell. Bunch of people out there sounding like Leonard Ellaby. Shit. So, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, man. I think it's a snub. In my opinion. I got Devin Haney as number 1. I got him on my pound-for-pound list as well. But why is it Ryan Garcia giving him the benefit of the doubt or the just due? Why? Why not? Why would Devin Haney? Why Gervonta Tank Davis ain't calling Devin Haney out like that? Why Ryan Garcia ain't calling out Devin Haney like that? Don't they want to be undisputed? We haven't heard from Lomachenko. Lomachenko is, you know what I'm saying, out there fighting for his people in Ukraine. But it seems like ain't nobody still really calling out Devin Haney like, yo, I want to become undisputed. What is going on? Does belts mean anything to people now? Anymore? Sheesh.